Hello everybody, I'm alpacapatrol, and this is Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb. That's right, I'm back with another custom challenge run. This run is brought to you by Penguins Are Bad, and while I disagree with the name, I agree with the challenge run, which is Parasitic Recoiling Shots of Doom. Essentially, we have Mutant Spider, we have My Reflection, we have 10 Mom's Lipsticks, we have 10 Cat o' Nine Tails, and we have the Parasite. Which the Parasite is a big piece of shit, by the way, because when you use that in the cheat engine, like, it basically just, okay, firstly, oh, give me a break. Can I go in there? Ah, dicks. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Hey, it kind of worked out. Maybe we'll get a telepills, too, let's see. Health down. Wow, that fucking really blows. That, like, seriously blows a lot. But, I guess we got the blue hearts to deal with that, so, you know. We don't have to deal with that. Oh my god! What is happening? Holy butts! These shots are firing all over the place. I didn't realize that they would have this effect. It's kind of cool. We do have My Reflection, right, keep in mind, so that's kind of why it's happening, I suppose. Especially with the 10 Cat o' Nine Tails. Cheese and rice, though. Holy cow butts. Basically, the rules of this challenge are I'm only allowed to take boss room items. So for that reason, I'm not going to explore the rest of the floor. We are on the Curse of the Labyrinth, so literally there's basically no other reason for me to explore the rest of the floor. I'm not allowed to take Devil or Angel Room items either, so I'm relying entirely upon boss room items. So, hopefully we get something good. Indeed we did. That's pretty ballin'. I'm not going to re-roll that. We have gotten back to our regular amount of health. That's always good. It's always good to be back at your regular amount of health. Man, it is unfortunate getting pills that are like health down on floor 1. At least it's not tears down. I feel like tears down is still way better. I mean, it's still way worse than things. One thing that I will mention: 2 Isaac videos in a row. I know, that's weird. It seems kind of rare for this channel, but oh dear. At this point, anyway, it's basically because you know, my sleep schedule's a little bit better now. It's a bit better. It's not good. I go to sleep at like 7 p.m. and I wake up at like 3 in the morning. But, you know, it's better. It's better. Well, I definitely don't need that, so let's, alright, fine, I guess. We got a lot of bad pills. Hey, health up! 2 health ups! That's badass. Okay, okay, things are looking up. Tears down. That blows, but, you know, hey, bad trip also blows. But, you know what? That's fine. We got 2 health up pills. Oh, that sucks. We basically undid our, tears up that we got earlier. But hey, you know, at least we know now what the pills do. That's important, man. Alright, so we got regular old Caves 1. I could use a bomb and a key to access that, but who cares, right? I mean, I literally need it for nothing. Whoa, that guy I assumed was dead. I really assumed he was dead. One thing that I wanted to ask was, people want to see Rogue Legacy? Because the thing is, I've been playing a lot of Rogue Legacy, and you know, for one thing, that game fucking frustrates the hell out of me. Mostly because my controller is a piece of garbage. But, pizza garbage. No, but like that game frustrates the hell out of me sometimes, but that's fine. But I've been playing a lot out of it. And, I don't know, do people want to watch me play Rogue Legacy? Maybe, you know, maybe what I'll do is, that'll be like a streaming series. Maybe I'll start, like, streaming daily or something. Just me playing Rogue Legacy when I feel like it, and then upload those when I, you know, get the chance. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I'm not sure. But I feel like it's not something that, because I don't really want to delete my save and start a brand new Let's Play, because I feel like I've gotten a lot of things already. And I also don't particularly want to eat a big old butt. I don't know, I feel like people have seen a lot of Rogue Legacy already, and I don't know if they want to see any more. There's a lot on the internet right now. So, you know, I don't know. But I've been playing a lot on my spare time, so, like, that's why I was kind of thinking, like, you know, should I upload this? Because usually that's the thing, when I'm playing a game. I'll take this, actually. A Tears Up is good. But yeah, usually that's the thing, right? Is that, like, a lot of times I'll consider, hey, I'm playing this game anyway, I might as well record it, right? You know, I'm playing Rogue Legacy. Considering it. I don't know. I don't really know. It's up to you guys, really. It's up in the air. There's been a lot of things. I've on Reddit been arguing with people for the past couple days, because there was this whole thing on Reddit, right? Where these police officers just shot some dude's dog, and killed it. And it was fucked up, it was messed up, the dog's dead. But then, on Reddit, there's just loads of apologists, that were just, like, seriously pissing me off. And it kind of reminds me of what, there are levels of thinking. Oh my god, Jesus. Yeah, in psychology you're taught that there are levels of thinking. You're taught that there are 6 stages of thinking, although the 6th stage isn't really considered a stage of thinking because it happens so rarely in the population, like it's literally less than 1%. So it's so rare that they don't really even consider it a stage of thinking. And also there's a lot of problems with it. Like, a lot of feminist psychologists have a problem with it, saying that it's male-focused, which is reasonable. Basically, the most important thing are, oh, why did I do that? Unfortunate. Whatever. Worst comes to worst, I could always re-roll it by just go exploring 3 more rooms. Going and exploring 3 more rooms, rather. Yeah, so... okay, close call. Oh, Shiza Manelli. Alright, I wasn't trying to kill anyone there, I was honestly just trying to open up the playing field a bit so I can actually get some real pot shots on these guys. I wasn't really meaning to hit them anyway. But, anyway, so yeah, they're stages of thinking. The last 3 stages are the most important ones, because these are the ones that most people are. There's stage 4 reasoning is law and order reasoning, right? So what does that mean? That means that, like, these are the rules, or this is the law, and that's that. That's what's right, and that's what's wrong, right? If it's against the law, then it's wrong, no matter what. The next stage... Now, this usually happens around... I forget... I don't think it's the... I don't think it's... I forget what it's actually called. It's not like the stages of reasoning, right? Like, I don't think it starts with pre-operational and... But I think it's in line with, like, the, you know... with those stages of development. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember, to be honest with you. It's been a long time. But, anyway, so, 4th stage, law and order. Usually, if you're going to get out of the 4th stage of reasoning and move on to the 5th stage, that happens around 13 to 15 years old. Oh god, that sucks. That happens around 13 to 15 years old. A lot of people don't leave that stage of reasoning, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people don't. Okay? And then the 5th stage considers logic against the law, not like as opposed to the law, but I mean like it considers logic and such above just the general concerns and such. What I've realized is there is a large majority of people who take that 4th stage of reasoning and take it to the extreme. For instance, I was told at a point, basically, I was arguing because people were defending the cops, saying that like, oh well, it's not their fault, they're just doing their job, and it's like, well, doing your job doesn't mean killing a fucking dog. I'm sorry, like it doesn't. I understand, like it's a mistake that they made, and that it's a mistake that anyone can make. Sure, that's fine, that's understandable. But people were like crying shame, like God, Reddit's so evil because they get mad at these cops for like doing the thing when most cops aren't bad all the time. And it's like, yeah, we weren't saying most cops, we were saying those specific cops fucked up, and that's what happened. They fucked up. There's no other way to really swing that. Oh boy, we're about to die. This is bad. This is bad, okay? Like, seriously bad. I might die right now, actually. Oh, that was a close call. Oh, I'm out of bombs. That's real bad. Nope. Okay, still good. Come on. Come on. Yeah, he's dead. Fantastic. Okay, that was a seriously close call. That was a seriously close call. Anyway, on we go. So yeah, oh my god. So, you know, people specifically saying, like, oh, well, not all cops are bad, and these cops aren't bad because they were just doing their job, and, like, this guy was being a douchebag, so he deserved to have his dog killed. And, you know, I argue the point, like, really, is that how it works? Is if one guy told me, oh, man, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start a run. Let's put this fucking random. Alright, we're doing Maggie. We got owned in that run. That run was pretty tough. That run was pretty tough. Basically, we're speedrunning the game, and we didn't really have that many good items. Like, the items were alright, but they weren't that great. So, that's tough. It's a tough run. Alright, whatever. So yeah, oh man, this is gonna make us real slow. Fuck it, whatever, man up. So I get the point, like, this one guy was like, he was clearly disobeying orders, so, that was just collateral damage or whatever, like, that's just, that shit happens, right? And it's like, is that true? If you disobey a cop, do they get to be judge, jury, and executioner? Is that how habeas corpus works? And he's like, yeah, if disobeying an order means, like, impeding a progress or something, then yeah, they get to be judge, jury, and executioner. This is something that a person actually believes. In the world, in America, believes that if you disobey a cop, he gets to kill you. That's his right. He's allowed to kill you. Not only is he allowed to kill you, legally, but that's okay. That's a good thing. That he should be allowed to kill you. That's fucking ridiculous. And that kind of shows you a little bit about what the hell is wrong with the education system here in America. Like, seriously. That's not okay for anyone to believe. To believe that's how the relationship between... What are the police in that situation? The police aren't even there to protect and serve. They're not public servants anymore at that point, are they? They're straight up... What are they? They're like judges. They're from the fucking Judge Dredd universe. That's how Judge Dredd works. And if I will call your attention to it, Judge Dredd is a dystopian post-apocalyptic future in which martial law reigns and fucking the judges get to be judge, jury, and executioner and go around murdering people for silly crimes. Like littering and stuff. So, this is something that people believe should exist! That's fucking absurd to me! That's insane! That really is insane. But that kind of just goes to show you what that fourth stage of reasoning is sometimes. It's blind devotion to rule or whatever. Despite whatever arbitrary... Come on, man. Where the hell is the secret room? Whatever, we'll just go down to the next floor, save our last bomb. But yeah. So, I don't know. It just seems so silly to me. But that's, again, entirely because of the stages of reasoning. That's it. That's the only reason. That person just literally could not think in the same way. And I'm not saying that, well, okay, this specific guy was dumb, but I'm not saying people in that stage are dumb. There are a lot of regular people in the fourth stage of reasoning, and that's fine. Like I said. But, I don't know. It just kind of shows the length. Oh my god, we're gonna be so fucking slow. We got the Super Meat Boy Superfan and Small Rock. We're doing lots of damage now, though, which is good. Anyway, so yeah, that just angered me to no end, man. Like I was very frustrated on Reddit, just arguing with these people who were just like it's fine. Like there were people being like, well, yeah, well, not all cops are bad, and it's like yeah, but that's not the argument here. You know what this is like. What it's like when they're arguing that point of like when some kind of tragedy happens and a horrible mistake happens and a dog dies or a person gets shot. Whenever the argument is laid in those situations, because it's only laid in those situations that, oh, well, not all cops are bad. That's like what the NSA did during Columbine, which is they went to Columbine the day after with an NRA meeting and they said, and they held a rally saying that gun control isn't necessary and guns aren't evil. It's like, okay, you're not wrong, you're just a fucking douchebag. That's it. Like, it's like someone going up to a family whose house was just destroyed by a tornado and being like, hey, well, maybe you shouldn't have lived in a place where they had tornadoes happen a lot. And it's like, yeah, you're not wrong, you're just a fucking douchebag. That's it. You're just a cold fucking douchebag. You're a heartless douchebag. So that's the only thing that just kind of just really rubbed me the wrong way. And the ones that really rubbed me the wrong way were the ones that were specifically defending these specific cops, where it was like where they just completely ignored evidence or proof or the video or anything and been like, this person did the right thing in this situation. It's like, how can you look at what you saw there and said that this is the right thing? Yeah, sure, the bystander was a douchebag. He was yelling at the police. He was being an asshole. He was interfering. Does that mean you should be allowed to kill his fucking dog? No! Because we don't live in Mad Max's fucking world. We live in a world, in a civilized society, with law and justice and, hopefully, a balance of power between the civilian and the state. But, you know, some people don't view it that way. Some people think it's better, for some reason, for the state to have absolute control over you. Like, I just don't get it. You know, one thing that really, really is just confounding to me as a human to see other humans is the mentality that sometimes people will play against their own interests. These aren't cops that I was arguing with. These were just dudes. These were just dudes who, in their own interest, should be fighting against something like that. They shouldn't have the opinion that they do, but they fight for it anyway. It's sort of like the political parties. Like, here's how I feel about political parties, right? In America, there's a conservative party, and then there's a liberal party, right? Here's how it should work. You're a liberal if you make less than $250,000 a year. You're a conservative if you make more, because it's stupid either way. If you make less than $250,000 a year, it makes no goddamn sense for you to be voting conservative, because you are just literally voting against your own interests. You're voting against yourself. If you are a man making more than $250,000 a year, why in hell would you ever vote for policies that take away your money? You wouldn't, and you shouldn't, because you're a smart man. Or a woman, but, you know what I'm saying here? It seems to me that it's just a lot of nonsense. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because how sort of all these things have turned into just a game of my side versus your side. That's all it is. That's all it is in politics now, and that's all it is in these arguments that I was having with these people. It's just like they are in a completely biased position. Cops are right no matter what, right? And in their mind, I'm in a biased position because I view the situation. I don't know. It's very frustrating to me to see sometimes the idiocy of people, to the point where it's just harmful to themselves, and in a lot of ways harmful to society, which is really the more telling or more disheartening thing than anything else. So I don't know. I've had a lot of comments in the past while on Reddit, just arguing with people, and not even really arguing with people, because like I made this one post. I really, really hate the downvote system on Reddit. I think it's a really stupid system, because here's what the downvote system devolves into always. It's not the downvote button. It's the I disagree with you, but I don't have any relevant arguments against your points, because you're probably right, but I'm gonna downvote you anyway, so no one else can see that opinion, even though it's right. That is what the fucking downvote button is. That's really frustrating. Because, like, I wrote this one thing. Oh, come on. God damn it. But yeah, I wrote this one thing that's, like, really long, like, multiple paragraph thing. And it was upvoted initially. And then, I was arguing with more people, and they just went into my comment history and downvoted all my posts. So it's just kind of like, it's like, well, one, it's like, obviously the system isn't working in that scenario, is it? Not particularly, I don't think. Because, you know, if it were working, someone shouldn't be able to really just downvote anything that I have. Oh, those guys, I guess I killed, what's-his-face before the freeze wore off. Interesting. Alright, I guess I'll take that. We're gonna go to the, you know what, fuck it. We're manning up, we're just going. We're going straight for the gusto, guys. We don't need that treasure room. What do we need that for? It's gonna take a really long time to get there anyway. So who needs that? But yeah. So, I don't know. That's what fucking Reddit devolves into, and I just hate it. I hate it a lot of the time. I just hate... I don't know. This is probably why I'm an introverted person, which seems kind of counterintuitive, right? Since oh, shit. Seems sort of counterintuitive since I, you know, make videos for the internet and stuff. You would think that I wouldn't necessarily... You wouldn't really consider me an introverted person, right? But no, I am, in fact, very introverted. And it's mostly just because I hate people. Which seems so, I don't know, down or depressing, perhaps. But it's not. It's just... People are fucking stupid. Sociology basically teaches you that. That's what sociology is for. Sociology. Here, if you want to take a sociology class, I can skip it for you. Here, you can skip all your sociology classes. Here's what you learn in all the years of sociology. People are stupid. They're really stupid. People are just stupid when they're in groups. When they're in groups of people, or they take a side, they're stupid. For instance, did you know that the reasoning part of your brain actually shuts off when you're chanting? That actually happens. Like, the reasoning part, there is no activity in the reasoning part of your brain when a person chants. So what does that mean? Well, let's look at, well, not so much what does it mean, but how does that affect you, rather, I think is the more important thing. When you're in a football stadium or something, or you're watching baseball or what have you, and you're chanting, say like, Jets, 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 and you're chanting that over and over again. It fills you with energy, but you're not really thinking, you're just screaming, right? Or when a cheer happens, when you're in a stadium, you're just cheering because other people around you are cheering, right? You're not cheering because you would have done that anyway, because you wouldn't have. What's the other thing? Yeah. That's the other thing about chanting, right, is that it's been used militarily for a long, long time. Like, marching orders, right? I mean, like, whenever you see, oh god, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I love Mom's Bra. It's such a good item. Such a good item. It was undervalued by me for such a long time, but it does not deserve to be. It's such a good item. So yeah. Marching orders, when you have, marching blah, de blah, or marching chants or whatever. To shut off your mind, so you don't have to think about the horrible things that you're doing. I'm not, like, downing on the military or anything. Obviously, militaries need to exist. I wish they didn't have to exist. And I wish we as humans could be like, hey, let's stop being, like, American or German or Chinese or whatever, and let's just start being humans. That'd be nice. There's a lot of problems with that, though, obviously. Technologically, actually, more than anything else. But, yeah, so, but, you know, beyond that, it just, I don't know, it all seems kind of silly to me. I kind of forgot what I was actually, oh, I'm an idiot. I kind of forgot what I was initially talking about. But, I will say, why can't we have, like, one world government or whatever? It's just, centralized power doesn't work yet. We just don't have the technology. Like, for instance, if you look at, like, all the empires of the world, right, and why they fell, it's just because they were spread too thin, right? I mean, you look at Rome, right, and they were in all of Western Europe, the tip of Italy, Eastern Europe. You know, after Rome fell, it still basically existed in the Byzantine Empire. It's not really known as that, but it was just the Roman Empire. Like, that's all the Byzantine Empire was the Roman Empire, just that kept going. It didn't hang out in Italy, except it did for a little while. It went and tried to take back parts of Italy, but you know, it was just the Roman Empire. The thing is, they were just spread too thin. Oh, that's a shitball. So yeah, that was just spread too thin, and the reason is because technologically, they just couldn't do that at that time. They just couldn't. And that's not to say that they were technologically not advanced. In fact, they probably had a bunch of technologies that we are still inventing today, that we just don't remember that they did it. Like, for instance, concrete. Did you know that? Concrete was a technology in Rome. So, you know, all roads lead to Rome, right? You heard that old, adage, I suppose, from the olden days of humanity in Europe. And, you know, the reason that they had such good roads is because they had concrete, and they could make concrete roads. That technology was actually lost after the Roman Empire fell. People stopped remembering how to make concrete, and then, eventually, we rediscovered the technology, how to make concrete. Years later, hundreds of years later, so theoretically, there's still probably a bunch of technologies that there's still probably a bunch of technologies that have been just lost to time, that we just don't know about. For instance, the Baghdad batteries. People have kind of speculated on what they are, but, you know, and I've talked about this in videos in the past, not very recent videos, but, you know, stuff like the Baghdad batteries are really, really interesting stuff, which is, fully functional batteries they found in Baghdad that date back to the old Mesopotamian era. Meaning, like, thousands of years ago, they had batteries. They used copper wiring, and it was in like a battery acid kind of thing in a big pot. And it works! The batteries work. They generate electricity. Which, you know, makes you think about a couple things. Firstly, you think, one, what did they need that for? People have speculated that it was for heat, that they could use it, you could use it to just heat up the coils, or the copper. But we don't know, obviously, because we weren't around then. And the other thing is, oh god. The other thing is that, you know, what did they need it for, and then what did they use to, like, what did they test it on? Right? Because if they had working batteries, that shit took a lot of trial and error, and they had to see if they worked. Right? That just makes logical sense. That's just the logical next step. So they had something that they used electricity on, which is pretty crazy to think about. That they had it thousands of years ago. I mean, the same thing as like a steam engine. You know when steam engines were actually first invented? Is 100 AD. Huron of Alexandria invented the steam engine. They used it for vending machine. Well, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, actually, no. They didn't use it for vending machines, but they did use steam engines for automating doors. So they would have automated doors that operated on a steam engine in like castles and such. And then and they also had vending machines too back in the day for holy water. That operated on a mechanical water pulley system, I believe. So, you know, there's a lot of things that are just like, that have just been like lost to time, and we have no fucking clue about them. And I'll remind you that the steam engine was only rediscovered about like 200 years ago. So it's the kind of thing that it's just like, there's technology out there probably that, you know, people have no fucking clue about. All kind of interesting stuff. Oh, but anyway, technology and such. Yeah, I'm not saying that Rome was not technologically advanced. It's entirely likely that they were more technologically advanced than we give them credit for. A lot of people also, that's what I always found funny about ancient aliens, right? Is that you can know something like that we lost, like, stuff like concrete or, you know, steam engine technology, stuff like that. Flight technology, probably, as well. You can know all this stuff, and then you can have a show like Ancient Aliens, which is just like, how did the Egyptians build the pyramids? There's no way they could have done all that in that technology. They were all real stupid. And it's like, no, they weren't stupid. Humanity, here's the thing. People like to think that, like, people were really dumb up until, like, 100 years ago, because of our rapid progression in the past, you know, 100, 150 years, 200 years, because of the Industrial Revolution. People like to think that we were real dumb back then. It's not true. Humans were just humans back then. Just like they are today. Humans were no different then than they are now, because evolution doesn't happen that quickly. We didn't change so fundamentally, make our brains smarter in the past 10,000 years less than that. Or, you know, like 4,000 years if you're looking at, like, Egypt. So, it's not like, So I always just kind of found it funny when they were like, it must have been aliens. There's no conceivable way they could have some sort of, I don't know, technology or something that we forgot that they had. Or anything like that. Or that they used leverage, like we know that they did. And used pulley systems. Oh, god damn it. That's annoying. So, I don't know. And also slave labor. Slave labor, very important in the building of the pyramids. You know, this kind of thing, we can't know. So, of course, we're gonna make up some shit, because that's what humans do. That's what we do. But anyway, that's the end of the run. That was real slow. I was doing pretty well, I think. I failed at the initial challenge, admittedly. But, it is sticky hot in my room. It is gross. I don't want to be in here anymore. It's too hot. Because I get to turn off the AC during the summertime, you know? Because, obviously, I don't want it on the video, because it sounds god-awful. I tried recording with it on at one point, and it is bad. It is real bad, and I don't want that kind of bad audio quality, so I gotta turn it off while you're recording, which sucks, because it means that there's actually some downtime in between recordings, because, like, now it's, like, blazing hot in my room, and I have to turn the AC back on for, like, a half an hour and make sure the room cools down, and then I can get back to recording, which is fine, because I guess that's, like time for things to render. Whatever. None of that really matters. That's all behind the scenes, man. To you guys, it just takes me, like, 30 minutes to, like, record and, you know, put up these videos and stuff, because this is a 30-minute video. It actually takes, like, 3 to 4 hours altogether. Admittedly, I'm not working that entire time, but, you know, things happen. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Post your custom challenge runs down below, and I'll do the most upvoted one. This one was indeed the most upvoted one by Penguins Are Bad, who I don't think has ever had a challenge run before, so it's always nice to see, you know, some newcomers, showing up, being contenders, having their challenge run out there in the world. So that's good. Yeah, cool stuff. I love you guys. You guys are cool people. I'm sorry if this was sort of an inflammatory video. It was a bit, just because I just been angry for a while. Been real mad over the whole debacle and me arguing with stupid people. It's angering. It's angering. And also I didn't really particularly cover any topic very well, though I should have. But yeah, the stages of reasoning, really interesting stuff, actually. Really good to learn. And there are tests to see what, one specific test that is perhaps the most famous, and maybe one that you've heard, where it's based on your response, which is, it goes something like, a medical practitioner, a pharmacist, right? Medicine man, right? His wife is dying of this awful disease, and he has the drug in his store, but he doesn't have the money for it. So, I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. So should he steal it to save his wife? And it's something that, like, maybe it was something like the town is also in danger too. It's like, should he steal it to save his wife? And based on your response, then they can decipher what stage of reasoning you're at. There's also other tests and such, but, you know, if you read through what they are, you can probably figure out what stage of reasoning that you're thinking on. Now, again, like I said, nothing wrong with being on the fourth stage, or even the third stage. See, this is the reason, this is sort of the the feminism argument, is the third stage of reasoning is emotional reasoning, which is that you basically, you think empathically, you consider the situation with your emotions in the situation, right? And feminist psychologists, point to that and say, well, that's kind of shitty that you put that under the other one, the Law and Order one, just because the emotional type, that just occurs more frequently in women, and the law type occurs more frequently in men. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter anyway, right? Like, you could be on the third and fourth stage, or the fifth stage, as an adult, that shit just happens, right? It happens in pretty equal frequency, so it doesn't really matter, but they don't want to be on, like, a lower level, they wanted to be on the same level. I don't know, there's a lot of politics in science and psychology, which just doesn't, it's also another thing that, like, totally doesn't make sense to me, where it's just like, you're really gonna waste some guys, like a bunch of scientists' time over things like that. That said, there is some obvious, really obvious implications for certain things. Like, for instance, the IQ tests. IQ tests, you know, are considered racist in a lot of ways. Well, judging if you were to judge a person based solely on their IQ, it's considered racist because IQ tests were developed in America. More specifically, they're developed in the West. And the thing is, Western culture values intelligence in a different way than different cultures do. Like cultures in Africa, cultures in Asia, they value intelligence differently. So most of the time, essentially, kids from different cultures will rate really low on IQ scores. And that's not because they're stupid. It's because it's kind of culturally biased. So it's sort of, it's hard. It's a little bit hard. It's the kind of thing that, like, intelligence can't really be you can't just put it as a number. That just can't happen, I think. This is my theory. Anyway, we've been chasing it forever. We want to know how smart this guy is versus how smart this guy is, but it's just impossible. I don't think you can. It's just case by case. I mean, theoretically, right? Like, in the end, everything can be mathematically proven, right? For if you had an infinite amount of time and an infinite amount of resources, you could figure everything out and put it into a mathematical equation. Absolutely everything. Practically, that's never ever gonna happen because obvious reasons. So, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, this is a really long outro. Sorry, I do this sometimes. Anyway, I'm sorry for these long outros. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Post your custom challenge runs down below. I'll do the most upvoted one. This is Alpacapatrol signing out. Peace, fools.